It is the News Blitz with Randy Wang on Talk Radio 790 KABC. We're here every single day from 5 to 6 talking about the local issues that matter to you most and taking your phone calls at 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222. Your emails as well at randykabc@gmail.com. And you can follow the podcast by searching for the KABC News Blitz on Apple Podcasts. We would appreciate it. It is Friday, and Friday on the News Blitz means happy hour. That is our weekly celebration of food, of drink, of travel, of adventure, of all the good things in life. Because we've talked enough news and politics for 1 week. It's the end of another busy week. It's time to enjoy ourselves. And boy, oh boy, do I love this time of year. The weather in November in Southern California is perfect. It's actually kind of cozy. I like that it gets really cold at night, but it's still pretty warm during the day. You can't beat it being here. But also, I don't mind being other places. And in fact, I have come to embrace colder weather because as a native born and raised Southern Californian, I didn't know what cold weather was for a long time. But I know now because I will be traveling to a much colder climate for Thanksgiving. In fact, I'm going tomorrow. How exciting is this? For the past 7 years, I have traveled with my wife to Santa Fe, New Mexico for Thanksgiving. That's where we go. Sometimes it is just chilly. Sometimes it is snowing. Sometimes it's really snowing. And it's so funny. When I first was getting together with my wife and she took me back to Dallas for, I think, the first Thanksgiving I spent with her 10, 11 years ago, she asked me, okay, so make sure that you bring as much warm weather as you can. Make sure you're bringing a jacket. Make sure you're bringing a coat. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I got something for that. And I pulled out a hoodie. And she said, no, you need a jacket. You're going to be freezing. And I said, I got this other hoodie. I didn't have any heavy clothes. I didn't have any sweaters. I didn't have any actual jackets. I do now. But at the time, I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know what cold weather is. But I'm going to be spending Thanksgiving in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I love Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is that quintessential food holiday, and it is one of those traditions I look forward to every year. I love the fact that, I don't live in the same state as my wife's in-laws, so this is when we get to see them, is the holidays. We go to Santa Fe for Thanksgiving, we go to Dallas for Christmas, and it's always a really good time. So here's how we're going to play today. Because Thanksgiving is one of those holidays where all of us are participating in. You're either getting ready to travel to somewhere for Thanksgiving, maybe you're going to be hosting it yourself. We all do this every year, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about what we like. So if you want to tell me where you're traveling this year for Thanksgiving, I'd love to hear it at 800-222-KABC. If you want to tell me your favorite way to do a Thanksgiving turkey, I'd love to hear it at 800-222-KABC. And of course, I want to hear about your favorite Thanksgiving side dishes. Maybe you got something a little out of the norm that is always a mainstay in your family's house. Tell me about your favorite Thanksgiving side dishes. What do you love to crave that goes so well with that turkey? 800-222-KABC. We are celebrating all things Thanksgiving because you know what? The end of the year is here, and I am here for it. I don't think any other work is going to get done for the rest of the year. People are going to be completely checked out next week. I will be broadcasting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from Santa Fe, New Mexico. So I will be here with live shows, and then I'll be off for a week and a half because, well, that town's not going to walk itself. Even when it's going to be 30 degrees out, I'm ready to walk the whole thing. That's what I do there. I love it. As you have heard me complaining about driving all week, I get real excited when I get to spend time somewhere where I don't have to be in a car at all, ever, even when it's freezing cold. But I want to hear about your favorite Thanksgiving side dishes. I want to hear about your favorite way to make a Thanksgiving turkey. And if you're traveling somewhere for Thanksgiving, let me know where you're going. Let me know where you regularly go. 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222. as I go back and I look at some of the more recent Thanksgiving dinners in history in my life, because I just search on my iPhone on photos for Thanksgiving, and all of these delicious meals come up. Let me tell you the first thing that is it's a tradition with my wife's family, something that I didn't know about, didn't know was a thing. I always thought, okay, well, you've got to go buy the frozen turkey, then you've got to thaw it out, then you got to decide if you're going to brine it, then you have to figure out if you're going to roast it, then you got to make sure that you don't dry it out. And that's one way to do things. If you're doing a smaller Thanksgiving, my family growing up, it usually wasn't that big of affairs. So my dad would get away with just doing a really good turkey breast, and he would do a really good job on it, where he would be constantly basting it in its own juices. And it was pretty fun, fantastic. But my wife's family, they go the easiest way possible, and it is so darn delicious. I can't fault them. It's the best. They order a smoked turkey from the New Braunfels Smokehouse in New Braunfels, Texas, which is in between Austin and San Antonio. It is this German town where the Comal River is, and where the country's largest water park, Schlitterbahn, is. And they have this smokehouse that I've been obsessed with for a very long time, because that's where we get all of our smoked sausage from. It's great. The apple wurst, the jalapeno cheddar sausage. They don't have it anymore. They used to do these jalapeno cheddar bacon brats. Oh, they're the best. But the first time I got introduced to the New Braunfels Smokehouse was at a Thanksgiving with my wife's family, because this is the turkey that they order. And so it comes to you frozen. You've just got to defrost it and let it come to room temp. It's already cooked, so you don't need to cook it. And then get somebody who is skilled enough to carve it, and the flavor. Nothing ever tastes dry with a perfectly smoked turkey. One day I'd like to actually do the whole process myself. I have done quite a few turkey breasts in the Traeger, which, by the way, is really, really, really easy. Turkey breast on a Traeger, super simple. I'm sure a full-on turkey is also pretty easy. I just haven't done it because a full-on turkey is a huge thing. Like, it's just me and my wife and the dogs here. I don't think we could serve a whole turkey's worth of food. But if you're ever doing a turkey breast in the Traeger, the easiest thing you can do, you can, if you want to, you can brine it. But sometimes you're kind of in a rush and you don't feel like it. And you don't want to make a giant mess, because poultry, sometimes, poultry water gets me kind of freaked out. Like, oh no, I'm getting germs everywhere. I learned this trick where you just cover the turkey breast. You take off the skin. If you're smoking something, the skin is not really going to get you what you need, and it's not really helping protect because you're not cooking at a high heat. And so the only way to get the skin crispy is to really turn up the temperature at the end of the cook. And sometimes some people do that, and you can totally do that. But what I have learned, what works really well, is take the skin off and then rub the turkey breast with mayonnaise. I don't know why. Mayonnaise on a turkey breast, I love mayonnaise on turkey, anything, but you rub that as kind of a bonder. Then you go heavy on salt and pepper and just cook it low and slow until it's done, until it's at temperature, and it is perfectly moist. I don't know, it's something to do with the mayonnaise, but it really works well. And it also makes me always think of one of my favorite things about Thanksgiving, leftover turkey sandwiches. In fact, and it doesn't have to be complicated. A leftover Thanksgiving turkey sandwich can be as simple as turkey, mayonnaise, bread. That's it. It'll make me happy. Now, you want to get a little classy with it. You want to add a little stuffing. You want to add a little cranberry. You want to add something else. You can totally do that. And you're welcome to do that. But I am totally fine with just straight up turkey, mayonnaise, bun. When I was a kid, we used to do it in hot dog buns, and I would eat a ridiculous amount of those because I love me some leftover turkey sandwiches. By the way, if it's not Thanksgiving and you're craving a leftover turkey Thanksgiving sandwich, this sandwich shop, Capriotti's, I've talked about them before. They've got a few locations all over Southern California, and they're big in Vegas and a few other places. They have a Thanksgiving sandwich year-round. It's called the Bobby, and it has stuffing in it, and it is incredible. So anyway, we like to do smoked turkey for my wife's family, and it works out really great. And the leftovers are perfect. It's one of those things. It's smoked meat. It just gets better and better and better. And it's really easy. Don't have to do anything. You just get it shipped to you and start defrosting it the night before, and you're good to go. So that is how we do turkey, but maybe you do it differently. Maybe you smoke a turkey yourself. Maybe you roast it. Maybe you have the vat and you're deep frying your turkey. Tell me how you do your Thanksgiving turkey. Tell me if you're traveling somewhere for Thanksgiving. I'd love to hear about it. And what are your favorite Thanksgiving side dishes? 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222. Now, let me tell you, one of the things that I love that my mother-in-law does is every year we get the smoked turkey. And, we pick that thing as clean as we can. But she saves the carcass and she freezes it. And a few days before the next Thanksgiving, she will use that carcass to get a broth going and eventually make a gravy out of that. And just something about turkey gravy made with, actual turkey works really well. Now, what's that gravy going to go on? Everything. That's the beauty of a good gravy. It goes on everything. It goes on the turkey, it goes on the stuffing, it goes on the potatoes. And stuffing is probably, if I had to say what is my favorite Thanksgiving side, it's stuffing. It could be completely traditional cornbread stuffing with celery. Maybe it's got some andouille sausage in it. But one of the things that I love that my wife does is stuffing, fantastic. Stuffing muffins, even more fun because now it's handheld. And we'll do this usually we'll do it with polenta. You could do it with cornbread mix as well, but we had a lot of polenta on hand, especially during the COVID years. I think I've told you that story. And we'll make a mirepoix mixture of your carrot and your celery and your onion and andouille sausage and mix that together with some polenta and then take out your muffin tins. And these things are so good. And because we're, trying to incorporate anything New Mexico that we can, because we're in New Mexico, we'll add a little green chili maybe to that, and that works out really well. We'll do a different flavor. But yeah, stuffing muffins, can't go wrong with that. That is a winner right there. I want some right now. I'm looking at all these pictures of Thanksgivings past, and I want all of these foods right now. I don't want to have to wait 6 days. Wow, it's 6 days away. This year is going by so quickly. Now, cranberries, there are a few different ways to do cranberries. You can get the can that's got the indentation. That's the old school. But my mother-in-law does kind of like a cranberry slaw with fresh cranberries that she cooks, as well as orange and a few other things. And that is a great little palate cleanser that you can put at the center of the plate. That's really good. Green beans are kind of like one of those obligations. I don't get as excited about green beans as I used to. And I have green beans every week. I love green beans, but I don't do the green bean casserole. As much as I love casseroles, there's just something kind of plain for that for me with the French fried onions and the cream of mushroom soup. I will say the prettiest way to do green beans for a big dish like this is to parboil them. That way they stay that bright green color and they don't turn out that kind of like you could tell they've been cooked for a really long time. And green bean almondine could be good. Just straight up sauteed green beans because you've got so many other things going on. Sometimes you just need vegetable there as a palate cleanser. And so you're telling yourself, no, some of this is totally healthy. But what is really the star of the show next to the stuffing? It's got to be potatoes. And nobody does just one kind of potatoes. You got to do multiple kinds of potatoes. And I love my regular mashed potatoes. Can't go wrong with it. I alternate. Some years we'll do cream. Some years we'll do buttermilk as a way to kind of add some liquid to it. I also think broth is a great idea if you're trying to do something a little healthier. Adding plenty of butter, plenty of garlic, salt and pepper. I love mashed potatoes. I happen to really prefer red mashed potatoes because I like to have the skin on, but any kind of mashed potatoes, you're not going to go wrong. And mashed sweet potatoes. Oh boy. Some people call them yams, and I'm not the traditional where I like the really sweet yams with the marshmallow on top. That's just not me. I don't really do that much sweet. But something that my sister-in-law does is chipotle mashed sweet potatoes, where she'll take chipotle pepper and adobo and chop that up and toss that in with some sweet potatoes that have been roasted. That is some good eating right there. Just thinking about all of it right now, it makes me so happy. But we're just getting started because there are plenty of other side dishes. There are plenty of other ways to prepare turkey. And then, of course, there's the desserts, the multitude of desserts. It's one of the things, I don't eat a lot of desserts, but Thanksgiving's a pie holiday. And I prefer pie over cake any day. And we'll talk about all the pies. So here's what I want to hear from you as we celebrate Thanksgiving next week. If you're traveling somewhere for Thanksgiving, let me know where you're going. Where is your destination for Thanksgiving? If you have a special way that you like to do turkey, if you're cooking it yourself, tell me all about it, whether you're roasting it, whether you're frying it, whether you're smoking it. If you got a turkey technique you want to share, give me a call. And tell me about your favorite Thanksgiving side dishes, the ones that you specifically prepare, the ones that you request from your family because they're so darn good. Tell me all about the things that you love about Thanksgiving at 800-222-KABC. 1-800-222-5222. It's your opportunity right now to play along with Happy Hour Friday. Share with me and the rest of the audience the things that you love about Thanksgiving, the holiday where we all come together and eat, and eat. Haven't even started to talk about the drinking yet. 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222. Tell me the things that you love at your Thanksgiving table. 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on Talk Radio 790 KABC. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on KABC. It's Friday. It is happy hour. We are live, and I am less than 24 hours away of being in Santa Fe for Thanksgiving. And since Thanksgiving is coming up, it's a holiday we all celebrate. I want to hear a few different things. I want to hear if you're traveling for Thanksgiving this year, tell me where you're off to. Where is your regular Thanksgiving go-to place? But more importantly than that, just as importantly, if you want to share with me how you like to prepare a Thanksgiving turkey, whether you're roasting it or smoking it or frying it, I'd love to hear about that. We just get ours shipped in from New Braunfels, Texas, smoked. I love it, but I have a lot of respect for people that go all the way with the big turkey. And your favorite side dishes, your favorite desserts, your favorite things about Thanksgiving. It's your time to share. 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222. Tell me all the ways you like to Thanksgiving. What are the things you most look forward to at that Thanksgiving table? 800-222-KABC. Let's go to Henry in Glendale. Henry, hello.
How are you doing?
Doing great.
So I cook it the way my mom did ever since I can remember. My family's from El Salvador. And what she did is it's not a dry roast. It's rather it's braised in the oven. So it's got, in addition to, of course, water, you've got red wine, you've got capers, olives, raisins, plums, a bunch of other spices. I can't remember the whole stuff. I have it written down. But because it's braised in liquid, it comes out very moist.
I am a huge fan of braising myself. You are making my mouth water right now. That sounds so good.
And then, of course, we owe the leftover sandwiches. The way she would always serve it would be on a French roll with sliced tomato, radish, and some watercress.
Oh, wow. Your mom knew what she was doing. That sounds fantastic.
She does.
Wow, that really sounds great. I've got to look this up. And you know what? In a future Thanksgiving, now you've put the challenge out there, I'm going to learn how to braise a turkey because we love braising in this house. You know what's one of the best things about braising? I'm sure you're well aware. It makes the house smell so good.
That is true. That is true.
Well,
if you like, I can email the recipe to Kevin and ask him to forward it to you.
Oh, yeah, or email my show email, randykabc@gmail.com. I'd love to read it, and I'd definitely love to try it.
Will do. Have a good
All right,
good holiday. Take care. Bye.
You have a happy Thanksgiving too, Henry. Thanks so much for the call. Appreciate it. Wow. Braised El Salvadorian turkey. That sounds incredible. That's what we're doing here. Get on the phone right now and let's play along. Tell me the ways that you like to prepare a Thanksgiving turkey, your favorite Thanksgiving side dishes, where you're traveling for Thanksgiving. What are you most looking forward to this Thanksgiving? 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222. Get on the phone right now and tell me all the things you're looking forward to this Thanksgiving. It is the Eaton holiday. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on Talk Radio 790 KABC. It is the News Blitz with Randy Wang on Talk Radio 790 KABC. We're here every single day from 5 to 6 talking about the local issues that matter to you most and taking your phone calls at 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222. Your emails as well at randykabc@gmail.com. That's Randy KABC@gmail.com, and give us a follow on Apple Podcasts by searching for the KABC News Blitz. I appreciate it. It is Friday. Friday is happy hour on the News Blitz, where we talk about food, we talk about drinking, we talk about travel, adventure, the good life, the fun things, the things we look forward to on our weekends, holidays. And today we're talking the holiday that's coming up in 6 days, Thanksgiving. You might be already getting out of town for it. I'm getting out of town tomorrow. I'll be in Santa Fe, New Mexico. So here's what I want to hear from you at 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222 on this quintessential food holiday. Tell me if there's a great way that you love to prepare a Thanksgiving turkey. Maybe you roast it, maybe you smoke it, maybe you fry it. We had a guy call in a few minutes ago, Henry in Glendale. His mother braised it. Oh my goodness, that sounds so good. I love braising. Love to hear about the way you prepare Thanksgiving turkeys, your favorite Thanksgiving side dishes, and if you're traveling somewhere, I'd love to hear about that as well. What are you most looking forward to at that Thanksgiving table? 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222. Let's go to Ruben in Culver City. Ruben, hello.
Hey, Randy. Great show, by the way. My favorite way of cooking a turkey is rotisserie. We have one of those Ronco's rotisserie. I don't know if you remember that, the leave it and forget it. They used to.
Oh, set it and forget it. I've probably seen that infomercial 500 times.
Yes, you did. Well, I still have one of those, and let me tell you, I brine my turkey for about 24 to 48 hours with rosemary, garlic, salt, and I take it out. I stuff it with a bunch of garlic, rosemary, and sage, and I put it on the rotisserie, and I literally set it and forget it. And it's ready, and it is the juiciest turkey there ever was. And I know this for a fact because we have a family dinner. We usually have about 5 different turkeys, and we all vote on the best turkey, and I literally win almost pretty much every time. I think I lost one.
Wow, so you do a turkey off. How cool is that?
Yeah, I know, it's a lot of fun, but literally I do nothing. I mean, it's the easiest way to cook a turkey. You just have to have a rotisserie big enough. So they have, you can get a rotisserie. I paid about $150 for it, and I love it. We do rotisserie chicken during the year, and on Thanksgiving, we literally put it on the rotisserie, and it is juicy because nothing comes out. Like usually when you cook a turkey in the oven, you have a ton of liquid. When I put it in rotisserie, I literally have maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons of liquid that came out of that turkey. The rest is still in the turkey because it keeps rotating.
Yeah, it's constantly moving. It's going back in. It's almost like self-basting itself.
Yes, it is. So I don't even touch it. Everybody thinks I do all sorts of things to my turkey. I do nothing. But you got to have a rotisserie. That's the only downside. That's it.
Wow. Now you got to make me look if they still sell those things, because that sounds like a great way to do it, not just for turkeys, but like you said, for chickens as well.
You know what? I bought it on Craigslist. I bought a brand new one on Craigslist, and I bought them over the years because they don't they don't last. The truth is, after a while, the motor stops working. So I always look for a brand new one. But people are still selling them. It's amazing that they haven't made those things in over 10 years, and people still have brand new sealed Ronco rotisseries for sale. But
that is amazing.
Literally, it's worth the investment. So that's my
I think I'm going to have to look into this.
Yep. And you can make chicken during the year. Like I said, it's amazing. So.
Wow. Well, I'm going to look into that. Ruben, that sounds great. Sounds like you're going to have a fantastic Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great one, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you. It's such a different era, right? I mean, if you're of a certain age, you probably have never watched an infomercial in your life because, well, you have a phone that you can stare at where you can pull up videos of any content that you want whenever. But boy, when I was growing up and you couldn't fall asleep, at some point, the TV network stopped airing reruns of your favorite shows. They started airing infomercials. And I swear, I have seen that Ron Popeil rotisserie infomercial no less than 50 times. I don't know. It never compelled me. Now, I will say, I never got sold on the rotisserie because when I was watching these things, I was a teenager and I was still living at home. But one year I did get sold on the Ronco knives. That knife set, there was 3 easy payments of $13.33. How do I still remember that? Oh my goodness. And I bought 2. Well, you buy one and then you get the second one for free. And that one I gave as a gift to my parents. And they were okay knives for, $30. But yeah, I bet the vast majority of people listening have seen that infomercial several times, and all the other ones that went with it. Gosh, I was such a sucker for the infomercials. I don't know what it was. I wasn't even smoking pot at this time. I was just highly suggestible. But I bought the Magic Bullet. I was really into that. I bought the one of those, like plenty of the, this is going to help you lose weight. This is going to help you lose weight. Like the body fat analysis blueprint. Oh, I remember that. And it was just like, here's a book to read and here's some resistance bands. $150, please. But hey, we're talking Thanksgiving turkey, Thanksgiving sides. What are you most looking forward to at that Thanksgiving table? 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222. We've heard of braising. We've heard rotisserie. Now let's go to David in L.A. David, hello.
Hey, Randy. How you doing?
Doing great.
Good. I love your show. And I love your food. I've been looking at your what you eat every night online. It looks pretty cool on Facebook.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
What I do now is I deconstruct my turkey. I when I grew up with my mom, she was a great cook. Turkey breast was always dry, and you had to smother it with gravy. So what I now do is, and I'm doing dinner for about 20 or plus this Thanksgiving. So I went to Costco. I got 3 turkeys at 99 cents a pound. They're defrosting currently, and I'm going to brine the turkey breasts. And what I'm going to do with the dark meat is I'm going to do the equivalent of a duck confit. So I'm going to throw the dark meat in at a very low temperature, filled with olive oil and herbs and garlic, and let that thing cook for hours. And that's my favorite part of Thanksgiving, really, is that. It's amazing. And for those that like white meat, I've got pre-brined turkey breast that's so juicy, and I just roast that. And there you go.
Wow. The dark meat confit, that sounds incredible and kind of brilliant because, yeah, that dark meat has plenty of fat where it's not going to dry out. Oh, that sounds so good.
Exactly, and it absorbs all the herbs because it's cooked so slowly, so it's wonderful. My amuse-bouche at the beginning of the meal is butternut squash puree that I'm just inventing. And then I want to know what you guys do for dressing, because I'm stuck. I don't like cornbread dressing, and I'm thinking of just inventing something. But I'd love to hear what your listeners suggest.
Oh, well, let's put it out there. If someone's got a great stuffing recipe or a dressing recipe, depending on what part of the country you were raised in, what you like, I will say, if you're not feeling cornbread, or I have done polenta, but that's still corn. But sometimes if you just get like a really nice French roll or a baguette and chop that up into little pieces and then toss that with your vegetables and stuff. That sometimes works really well, but I love me some stuffing, I'll tell you that much.
I have a friend that does ciabatta, so because you get more texture with that. And as well as what you were just talking about with polenta, I saw a recipe with grits. So, but I don't know if I'm going to try that stuff this year. But so at any rate, love the show.
Well, it sounds like you're going to be eating real good this Thanksgiving. We are all jealous. David, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and congrats on hosting 20 people. That's huge.
Thank you so much. You take care. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Bye-bye.
Happy Thanksgiving. It's one of the things I love. It is that big meal. Usually we don't get more than 12 to 13 because it's whoever's coming into town to Santa Fe. But one of the things that I love outside of the actual meal itself is that I'm spending the whole day in the kitchen with family. And we are all, everyone's got their little job. And I'm the one that helps organize, like when this needs to go in the oven, when this needs to go in the oven. The kitchen's not too big in the Santa Fe house, so we've all got to be very aware of what real estate that we're taking up. And it's just, there is this sense of camaraderie. We're all getting it going. Nobody's getting in each other's way, and we've all got each other's backs as we're all working on what our specialty is. My cousin's coming into town this time, and she makes this herb salad, which you would not think that would be one of the things people go crazy for at Thanksgiving. It is so good. In fact, I think the herb salad ran out before any of the other sides one of the years that she came. So we're really excited about that. But I love everybody getting together in the kitchen and cooking and, sharing their passion, sharing what they've learned of the year, sharing what they love, especially when you're getting together with people you don't see all the time. There's just that extra specialness to it. 800-222-KABC is the phone number. 1-800-222-5222. Wow. Between the braised turkey, the rotisserie turkey, and the dark turkey confit, we are learning some new ways to turkey this Thanksgiving. I'm hungry. I don't know about you. 800-222-KABC, your favorite ways to Thanksgiving turkey, the things you're looking forward to most this Thanksgiving. 800-222-KABC. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on Talk Radio 790 KABC. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on KABC. If you'd like to email us, you can do so at randykabc@gmail.com. Penny writes in and said, all the good cooks in my family live in Fresno, and I won't be going this year, but we used to go to my mom and dad's house. She made the best turkey dinner from scratch. My grandma would make the sweet potatoes by frying them with brown sugar, I think. My mom made pies. It was the best memories. Growing up, we spent almost every Thanksgiving at my grandma's house. My grandma was quite the hostess, and the only thing I really remember, there was a huge spread of a whole bunch of food, but I remember very well there was this gold chafing dish that there were always meatballs in, and I was always going for the meatballs. I don't remember how the turkey was, but I remember that. And then when she passed, we ended up doing Thanksgiving at my grandfather's for a few years, and that was some good times too. But I really, really enjoy going out to Santa Fe for Thanksgiving. It is my happiness. It's something I've been looking forward to all month. John writes in at randykabc@gmail.com. As you know, turkey seems to cook at different temperatures, so what I do is cut the turkey into sections and cook it on the grill charcoal, and then I reassemble it with stuffing on a platter so it actually looks like the whole turkey, but I've already sectioned it off and put it together with stuffing to hide the pieces. It's kind of brilliant. I love that. And Marion writes in and says, I'm trying to look up the technique of slicing a potato multiple times, but not all the way through, that kind of accordion look. Oh, she's talking about Hasselback potatoes. That's a really good one. That's a winner. Mashed potatoes is a winner. There's no wrong way to potato. Smashed potatoes is fun. You want to do something that's a real crowd pleaser, that if you've got the time and you got the energy, potatoes dauphinoise, where you are mandolining potatoes and you've got a cheese mixture and a whole lot of Gruyere. Might be too much for Thanksgiving, but oh, is it good. But there is no wrong way to potato. Thank you all so much for the emails. Hey, how about I do something for you? 790 KABC welcomes Stevie Wonder to the Crypto.com arena on December 14th. Tickets are on sale Friday at noon. That was today. So tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. But right now, caller number 9 at 1-888-790-5222 gets a pair of tickets to the show. Tickets furnished by Golden Voice. Good luck dialing. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on Happy Hour Friday, celebrating Thanksgiving on Talk Radio 790 KABC. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on KABC. Victor writes in at randykabc@gmail.com. Here's an easy trick. Buy 2 small 10-pound turkeys from Amazon Fresh. They're Butterball, and sometimes they're on sale for like $10. And you buy 2 of those, and that is plenty for more people and way easier than a large turkey. That is a great idea. And, we're talking about the things you look forward to on the Thanksgiving table, and we talked about the sides, we talked about the turkey, didn't talk about the pies. Oh, my goodness, pumpkin pie, and because I've got a lot of relatives from Texas, pecan pie, oh, it's so good. But one of the other things that I really look forward to is all that family time, and my in-laws, my wife's family, we all really like to play games, and it is a good time. So I bring the Nintendo, and there's this thing called the Jackbox Party Connection, which has a whole bunch of fun games that all they need is a cell phone to play. But there is a physical game that I think every family should have for the holidays. We've been playing it for over a decade. It's called Telestrations, and it's kind of like the game Telephone, but you sit in a circle and you pass around these notebooks, and you start with a word. You have to draw what you think that word is. Then you pass it to the person on your left, and they have to look at your drawing and guess what the drawing is with the word, and then you pass to the left, and it gets completely discombobulated. Let me give you an example of one. This is about 8 or 9 years ago. The word was plunger, so someone drew a plunger. Then someone drew somebody plunging, and it didn't look like a plunger, so they guessed sad man peeling his shoe. It's so much fun. Some of the biggest laughs I've ever had are playing that game with the family, and I can't wait to play it again this Thanksgiving. Well, that's going to do it for me. Everyone out there, have a wonderful Thanksgiving week. I'm going to be broadcasting live from Santa Fe, New Mexico, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then we'll have best ofs the News Blitz on the holidays proper. But thank you all so much for being here, for being a part of this. It's so much fun to do this every day. I think we learned about some great turkey recipes. Have a great weekend, everyone. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on KABC.